Hello everyone, it is me, Bulldog, and I am back for week 4 of my analysis of CLG. I had some really cool guys on Reddit give me a little bit of advice on how to improve my content, so you guys, I really appreciate you. I'm gonna try and inject a little more of my just kind of natural personality and energy and speaking ability into everything. Last week was a little weird for me, just in general. I I've dealt with depression my entire life. It was a little bit of a bad depression weekend. So I'm gonna try and be a little bit more high energy, a little bit more personality driven going forward. So let's get into this champion select. Trundle priority, generally really good for us because Wiggly plays it really well, and we play around it really well. Getting that water. He's got to stay hydrated, family. So they're going with the early game jungler. So we just kind of have to ride out the early game there, and once it reaches about 18-20 minutes, the Trundle will be far more useful than the Lee Sin. And we get to ban out a lot of the aggressive stuff, and like the Olaf, the Yumi, like what we banned out is all super aggressive stuff, and so we get to force them onto kind of second tier aggressive stuff, and if we can survive that kind of, especially the early mid game, especially, we should be all right. I like the Aphelios. I like the Trundle. It's still 10-13. Well, I don't remember if 10-13 is the one where Aphelios got nerfed, but I really like this. We play the Trundle, we play the Nocturne, we play them both really well. The Aphelios goes well with that. That's a strong front line. Rakan feels like a pretty weird pick here because they don't really have much of a front line. It's a little bit of hard engage, but I don't think it's that great of hard engage into the Aphelios as the Rakan alone, because I think he has a little bit of trouble getting onto the Aphelios. And I think his early laning phase without the Xayah is a little bit weaker than Nautilus. So I think that should be pretty good for us. And the Galio ban is very good because Niski's Galio is just insane. And if you didn't know, this is CLG versus the team I like to call Four Assholes and Blabber. Not a big fan of Cloud9. I don't like that this is the best team in NA. Because they did my boy Sneaky dirty. Sneaky was just one of the coolest guys, and then they replaced him with a guy that I do not like at all. Hey Zoe, would you mind getting off of my desk? Would you mind that? You go chase the lasers. Okay. That was my cat, Zoe. Yes, named after the champion. I don't really get the LeBlanc ban against us, because, or the Mordekaiser, just because we haven't played either one. Maybe we've been playing in scrims. The Jace ban from us, that shows me that we might be going something a little more like the Orm. We're just something a little weaker early, but it's also just banning out that really powerful early game champion that can snowball. So that's smart in general. Just to kind of curb Cloud9's early game, and I think we've done a good job of that. So, I do love this Syndra here. Holy cow, I can't believe that was still up. Povelter dominated on it. It's one of the strongest picks in the game right now. if you watch the LEC at all today, which is Friday, you'll see that the Syndra was one of the top pick champions. It's just so good.
The Syndra comes through, and Malphite is magic damage, likes to build a lot of armor so we can withstand pressure, and he'll be
I guess. Well, they are pretty heavy AD. So, I mean, it forces them into like a Cassiopeia or a Zero here, I think. But those are both good picks, so not that bad. But the Rumble, that's interesting. So they are very, very all in on this early mid game. And that is CLG's weakest part of the game. That's Cloud9's strongest part of the game. So if CLG can kind of stall out this early mid game, wait. CLG isn't trading the Malphite and the Tron. Okay, there they are. There they are. Alright. So that is very interesting. We are a very immobile team. We do not have we have a single dash. Really. So we have Nautilus Q and Malphite ult in terms of mobility on our team. I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward to the start of the game. So the Rumble is pretty good into that, but I don't think Rumble does too well into Syndra. I don't even think it's that good mid lane or top lane right now.
Cloud9 look like they've got that 18-0 in their sights.
It definitely feels pretty weird. So Cloud9's entire comp is just built around snowballing the early mid game, especially around the mid jungle, because Rumble Lee Sin is very strong. Just early on, and they don't really have a huge like tank for the Trundle to be able to steal the stats from. They have two semi-tanks in the Wukong and the Rakan. So it does negate a bit of the Trundle's usefulness. The Lee Sin does have a better early clear. So it'll be up to Wiggly to prevent to be a preventative measure this game. That'll be one of the big things that Wiggly needs to do, is prevent a lot of the snowballing, prevent a lot of the like dives that could potentially happen with Blabber and that Lee Sin, and just give us time to scale up a little bit. Because if we get to the point where if we can keep things relatively even and just scale, then we're gonna win, because we just scale so much better. So this is the kind of thing we have to watch out for. We have this. Yep. So we're gonna lose one at least bottom lane, or at least. Okay, Blabber missed the Q. Stixxay lives. We do burn 2 summoners early, which is pretty rough. But the Lee Sin does fall a little bit behind. We were putting down a little bit of pressure, early priority there, which that's a super inefficient pathing to start with. Holy crap. Red then bottom buff? Or bottom lane? Red then bottom lane is not very efficient. So it feels pretty bad. Is it?
Ruin has a Q soon. He might. Oh, he walked into vision.
Ruin. Well, you walked back into range. What? Okay, what was? So Ruin just doesn't have mana at this point. I don't know. Like you've won the trade at this. Okay, at this point you've won the trade. Why are you running back into him? Like, I don't understand why Ruin is running back into him here. He's running into a creep wave, especially with a cannon. Running back into a creep wave with a cannon, you don't have much mana. You've dumped all your abilities already. So running back in here, After forcing out a bunch of mana from Licorice, you're giving up your advantageous position. Because he can't walk forward again. And you can just farm safely. If he walks forward, then you can kill him. But the Malphite is a mage at this point in the game. And pretty much at every point in the game where he's reliant on his cooldowns. He's already burned his Q and his E. He's not going to win this. Especially against a Conqueror Wukong. Wukong will win that. So I don't understand why Ruin is going forward here. Because he loses that.
One more auto. The flash follow. Ruin has a Q soon. He might.
So he loses that. He loses first blood because he walks forward when he shouldn't have. That was just dumb. He had burned everything at that point, and he
Licorice just bopped him with a staff and gets the solo kill top lane. There you go.
He had burned all of his spells. There's no reason for him to try and fight that, especially walking into a cannon wave. That's just bad. Like, okay. So he's just farming up and whatnot. He hits the E. He doesn't have Q left. He's already used Q, so now he has this triple range, creeps, and the cannon hitting him. And you're just gonna, at level 3, that's gonna be such a big difference. You're gonna lose the fight every time. Yep. But Wiggly's here, but so is Licorice. And Licorice is there because of that lost fight by Ruin. So that was just bad in general. And Blabber is making a huge early impact, which is to be expected from Blabber. But Ruin just emptying away an early kill. You have to know at this point that, hey, snowballing early is what we want to prevent. And then Ruin just throws it away. He's like, no, I think I'm gonna solo kill him. When he clearly can, he walks into a cannon wave. And, which is kind of counterintuitive to what your game plan should be here.
And he's equal in farm to the opposing jungler. That is just absurdly shocking to me that somehow he's farmed equally, despite the fact that he had to run 5,000 units to gank. And now, yes, Ward hops in the lane, but Ruin has walked back enough. Obviously, the Q gets the move speed, kites away. No gank for Blabber. Wiggly here for the counter gank, though, and a level lead for Ruin. This fight could go very, very well. He's going to get hit there, and Blabber, ooh, that pillar was sick by Wiggly.
Wiggly is really, really good with the pillar. Probably the best in the LCS with the pillar.
There's no teleport on Licorice because he just moved it to about out to lane towards that mid lane play that they tried to pull off.
But basically, we just need to try and keep as even as possible, negate as much of a lead as possible before, I don't know, before kind of the 2-item mark on Aphelios. That's where things will start to turn around for us. And we do have a little bit of a lead mid lane, which is good. Top lane will, I mean, it's down. Jungle has a small lead. Bottom lane is behind quite a bit, which is to be expected when you get early gank like that, and it'll just body you. It'll put you in a bad spot when you had to burn both your sums, but you didn't die, so. But right now, being only a couple hundred gold behind at this point, if Ruin wouldn't have inted away a kill, it would be basically even. So, like, that's the point of the game it would be. And at 6 minutes being even against Cloud9 is good. Yeah, I would have expected that they take the first dragon here, just because they have so much more early pressure. And Ruin should just be able to walk away and not die, or not, and that just snowballs off of that bad play by Ruin. See, Cloud9 will punish you, especially as good a player as Licorice. Cloud9 will punish you for just a dumb mistake like that.
what they are missing out on. Yeah.
Like, letting the Wukong through is fine. Like, I don't think it's that strong. It's a solid champion, but the Malphite I think is a solid pick into it. You just can't let it snowball on you. But you inted away early. You picked a stupid fight early, and it's gonna snowball on you now. And there's not much you can do to stop it at this point. You just gave it an advantage. And there isn't much you're gonna be able to do against it. You just. I don't think Ruin had 6 at that point, which was really well done by Licorice, but he could have ultied away. He had 6, but I don't think he did, because he would have, or he would have at least ultied. He could have ultied Licorice under tower, and that would have been enough for the kill. And they're gonna get Rift Herald on spawn here, which that's just really good play by Blabber to take advantage of that and just take advantage of the early lead he has. Pobelter's still doing well. Stixay and Smoothie are just getting absolutely bodied because of that early game pressure by Blabber. And I don't know if you can hear the noise in the background. I don't know what my cat's doing. Oh, she's like using her scratching post in here. But she's being as noisy as she possibly can. While also being simultaneously extremely cute. But at least it's not really a dive, it's just getting them to back off to get some plates. That's fine. This is going to be a dive here. So Ruin should be able to use his ulti effectively. And it's just not going well. Yep, it was the right idea by Pobelter to teleport up there and try and stop it. There isn't too much at this point that... Wait, how the hell did Vulcan get there? Wait. Oh, Spellbook teleport. Okay. So he teleports there. Okay, Spellbook teleport. I've never seen the Spellbook recon before. But wow. Yeah. This is the kind of snowball we wanted to prevent. And it's just happening. And all of this, every last little bit of this, has happened because Ruin took a bad fight early. All of that, all of this has happened because Ruin took a bad fight early and got solo killed. If he wouldn't have gotten solo killed, none of the rest of this snowball would have been able to happen as effectively. Picked up bot side for CLG as well. They really so now we're reliant on just giving everything up for a long time and then relying on Stixay to carry us, basically. Yeah, that's fine. Sven's gonna be completely okay here. He's not gonna get brutalized much more afterwards, and that's gonna feel really it's just a terrible spot to be in.
He just keeps throwing out the sad B every time he's not able to get the entire wave, but yeah, he's fine. Alright, and just like that, remember, they're quote-unquote weak side of the map.
And all because Ruin decided to walk into a cannon wave. Like, with as good a team as Cloud9 is, you cannot do stupid, aggressive shit like that. You can't, because they will snowball it into a 4,000 gold lead. That's just bad, and that's like normally that kind of mistake by Ruin doesn't hurt us that bad, and it's pretty common for him to make a mistake like that, and not hating on him or anything, but it's just Cloud9 will absolutely destroy you for any sort of mistake like that. Stixay and Smoothie know something's up here. And they're playing it right by just backing off and playing it safe. So they should be okay because the creeps are gone.
It's a 2-plate difference down there. The farm difference still 30 between these two. That's going to make up for that one, no problem at all. Obviously, the Vulcan roams are nice, and CLG looking a bit like game 1 of the season, where they're not getting
now 4-man bot. So,
yeah, I mean, honestly,
and we're so far behind, we have to seed everything. It's just how it works. They just get dragon, they get this tower, and there isn't much we can do about it in either situation. Because we're just so far behind. All because Ruin decided to fight in a cannon wave. That's like what it comes down to.
Dragon number 2, right on schedule, Freak, and they actually have
And Blabber's weird pathing level 2
let's see how long it takes.
kind of screwed us bot lane, but Wiggly's like getting a decent CS lead there, and we still have a chance of coming back into this. Like we normally are down in gold. Our team fighting is just really good in general. But I don't know how much better it is than Cloud9's, and we scale significantly better as a comp than Cloud9 does. Because Syndra scales way better than Rumble. Ophelio scales better than Ezreal. I don't know how well Wukong scales, but Malphite scales pretty well. Trundle scales extremely well. Nautilus scales well. Like, and so the only one I'm not sure about is Malphite versus Wukong, who scales better, but every other position we scale better. But we have to be able to get to that point. That fucking cannon, going in on the cannon wave without any spells up, that was just so bad. I would imagine Ruin has played this matchup before, and I imagine against other worse players, he's gotten a solo kill at like that point, that level 3 point. But this is Licorice, who's the best top laner in North America. The only other competition really would be Someday. And this is good. Like, making a play for this first tower, that's pretty good in general. At least getting... Wait, no, that's not first tower. Top tower's gone. That's my bad. Top tower is totally gone, so... Also, you might hear fireworks in the background. It's the 3rd of July. I'm in the middle of Iowa, people. And fireworks became legal last year, so people are still pretty excited about that.
For Cloud9 with this big lead, and with level 11 on Nisqy now, with level 2 Rumble Ultimate, they can not only take the bottom tower, but
how is Sven level 9 to Stix's 7 there? But okay. Yep. Oh, we did send 2 in here. Okay, we get 1. We trade 2 for 1. I mean, it's at least the right idea there to back off. We don't have any damage alive. Both of our damage dealers were killed. So I don't know what the hell we're doing here. Why were we trying to fight that? Both of our damage dealers were dead.
Steamroller right through the bottom lane. Blabber's flash over the hook of Smoothie too was really well done.
Blabber's really good. They just played that well to snowball it ahead. Sven has just sat there and farmed all lane while his team has done all the work and he gets all the credit. Exactly what he's done his entire time on Cloud9. If you hadn't noticed, I don't like Sven at all. I don't think he's that good. I think he's easily the worst player in Cloud9. Like, it's not even remotely close. Yeah, that was extremely well done by Blabber. Stixay didn't get the snare off, but Ruin having to ulti out of that fight, like if you're having to defensively ult as Malphite, it's automatically a losing situation. Ruin, okay, he's backing off. It's no longer too far forward. Well, he doesn't have flash, so he just dies here. They're like, yeah, this is just snowballing out of control. This is exactly what we had to prevent. In that fucking cannon fight. That fight in the cannon wave. could have prevented a lot of this. Because then the second solo kill doesn't happen because Licorice doesn't have enough gold to get the Tiamat. And then he doesn't have wave control. That cannon fight snowballed this game so much in the favor of Cloud9.
And there you go. Big chunk yet again. That turret's very, very low. Maybe not
So now you just basically have to hold your base. But Ruin is just inting this game. Jesus. He has 5 kills. Or 5 deaths, not 5 kills. 5 kills would be cool. No, he has 5 deaths. Pobelter has our only kill. This is like, this is just that one play has really just snowballed things because it led to first tower. It led to Licorice just being able to roam across the map, which led to just all sorts of other things. And now they have 3 dragons. Now we're stuck on a timer at 22 minutes, which is going to be before Stixxay gets a second item. And if they get that dragon, we have to decide the game at 22 minutes, which isn't a good thing for us.
It is just unbelievable. There's no fighting back in that point. It's a full
the Aphelios won't have his 2 items by that point, and so trying to decide things at 22 minutes is just terrible for us.
Licorice plays like he's afraid of them. Smoothie gonna walk around. He's got Pobelter nearby as well. So here's the charm.
And okay, do we kill Blabber? We do kill Blabber. That's big.
Bit of MR, but not enough. Good defense by CLG. Get the second kill of the game.
That's pretty big.
Huge. You need to,
it stalls things.
every blessing that you can get. Nice lockdown there.
That's the kind of stuff that we need. We need just little victories like that to be able to stall things until Stixxay gets 2 items, and we can really start to pop off. Because Ruin, once Ruin gets 2 items, Rumble will be the only one that can kill him. And if we can pop the Rumble with the Syndra, then Ruin's just basically invincible. And if they can't get past Ruin, they won't be able to do anything to the rest of the team. So that's kind of that's our win condition, really. Wow. That feels bad, man. But Ruin's 2 levels behind of his laner because he's died 5 times, and he shouldn't have died like any of those times, but the first death was the worst one, and he wouldn't like have snowballed things out of control if he would have gotten the kill. Like, you got to think about the risk reward there, Ruin. If you kill him, the lane's basically in the same place as before because you can't really snowball ahead on Malphite. It's Malphite. You just like don't die and keep things, keep yourself fine and just farm everything very safely. Well, if the Wukong gets ahead, he just absolutely takes over the game, and that's what's happening here.
Not showing any signs of slowing down. This is the best team in North America. They are absurdly far ahead of
everyone. So it's 2 minutes until the fight for this game.
Keep going. I want to see how long this can run for them.
Okay.
Get a nice knock-up, get some damage. Pillars there as well. Here comes
there's a chance that this goes well.
A flash going over. He's trying to run away. The slows are still in. True shot barrage won't quite land. The anchor can hit the turret. And here
okay. We get the kill there. Who gets the shutdown? The Smoothie does. So that's not. It's not too big, but taking small victories like that is good. And that's kind of slowing down the snowball a little bit. Now we do need to get back and defend our base, which basically the base is what we need. We do trade a turret, and Pobelter like can't be too far forward because there's just all 4 of them. And if he gets hit by any form of CC, he's dead. So we need to start really posturing for vision and laying down some good vision here. near Dragon. We also have the bot wave pushed, so we should be able to do that. And we're going to do that. That's very, very good. Getting the Scuttle Crab and getting this Dragon is big.
Very large one, but at least it's not growing just yet as they take
that's a TPN from Sven, who is getting very strong. Stix A will be close to 2 items here.
Belter's got a Spellbinder for Syndra. You've got to try and find one of these squishier carries. That's one of the things with the Cloud9 roster. They play a lot of these aggressive compositions with a lot of playmaking and not a lot of tanking. So you have to watch out.
And we have a better balanced comp in terms of damage type than them. Because Malphite does mostly magic damage, Syndra does mostly magic damage, Trundle and Aphelios do mostly AD, and Nautilus does mostly magic damage. Well, Rumble is the only person that doesn't. Rumble and Rakan are the only two that really do anything resembling magic damage. But does Stix A have the second item here? It looks like he might, but I can't really tell. Smoothie doing a good job of checking. Okay, that's game. Good game. That was a great kick by Blabber. There's absolutely nothing we can do now because
he's burning down. He goes back.
Why? What the fuck, Smoothie? Okay. He's out of the Rumble ulti. He's out of it. Right here. If he Qs to right here, rather than right here, he lives. What the fuck, Smoothie? Why would you do that? And that's game. That's game. Good game. Ruin, you threw it. You fucked it up. Also, Smoothie, what the hell was that? What the fuck was that, Smoothie? Holy shit, what the fuck was that, Smoothie? Also, Ruin, like, yeah, you just gave up. You gave up the early shit. You gave up an early kill and let him run over the game. Like, that was the deciding factor. That right there, that fight, would have been nice to have that be at 30 minutes instead of 23 minutes. But Ruin had to fuck everything up. Holy shit. He's like, this kick is so good. Like, it's really, really good. Doesn't even have to burn flash for it. But Stix A just dies instantly. And the game's over at that point. And then Smoothie dies unnecessarily. Pobelter doesn't have enough damage to burn down Vulcan. Ruin burns ulti to try and get him, and Niski just kills the rest of the team. So, and Sven just sitting here getting carried and pretending that he's good while doing so the entire time. As he usually does. But this game's so over. We're down 11,000 gold. They have Mountain Soul with like they're gonna get Baron, and then they're gonna walk mid and win the game.
All right. With the Baron, that's going to be Cloud9 marching towards CLG base, looking to end it
like
with this one.
They're really intelligent pathing by Blabber to start with to get an advantage in the bot lane. We outdrafted them significantly. But Ruin just inted. And it all came down to picking a fight in a cannon wave. Like, if Ruin was 0-2 instead of 0-6, this game would be completely different. Hey, he didn't like walk back into it that time.
So. Hasn't burned the ulti just yet, but I mean they're so tanky. Like they did all that damage and it just popped the Mountain Soul shield off, and now it's back.
Yeah. I think that's just.
I mean, there's nothing you can do at this point. You're 12,000 gold down. You have to stall till 50 minutes to be able to win this game at this point. They have Baron, they have full control of the map at every point. There's just absolutely nothing you're going to be able to do.
finish off the top tower by itself. Now,
You don't have like a wombo combo that can just burst them down, really. Unless if you like ruin ult, sticks a ult perfectly, and then Pobelter just pops them all on top of that. But
okay, Anchor goes in again. Sven reflex is solid, gets away from that one. Is on cooldown for a few
Blab,
seconds.
okay, you hit one of them. You hit Sven, but you're still gonna lose the fight because you fought after the tower was down instead of while it was still up. And you. Why did you fight after the moment the tower went down? Why did you fight? Should have fought before that, because then you have some place to back off to, and you can potentially gain an advantage off. But no, that was just. That was just pretty bad. They did a good job of surviving the gank early, bottom lane, but Ruin just lost us the game off of that top shit. I was sad, and my disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined. But that's what this game comes down to. You gave up a solo kill to a good player, and they just snowballed the hell out of it, out of the game off of it. You could have stalled for this game could have been going on for another 20 minutes to a point where you could have won if you wouldn't have given up that solo kill. But it just allowed Licorice to snowball the game on him. So that first solo kill was so bad. And that's unacceptable if you want to try and beat a team like Cloud9. You can come back against that against Immortals, but not against Cloud9, and it showed. They just snowballed the hell out of you, and you just from that point on, the game really just wasn't winnable. You tried, I guess, but that was about it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.